Unit 5. Listening. Part 1. 1.
Actually, at the beginning of term I was a bit lost. You know, I felt that most of the other students knew a lot more about the subject than I did. Listening to them, I got the idea that some of them felt the course was a bit of a waste of time. In my case, I was having problems not just with the language, but also with the ideas. But I managed to get over all that, and I'm happy to say that the course has lived up to expectations, and I've made a lot of progress. I mean, we've got an exam next week, which I should be feeling a bit anxious about, but in fact, I'm feeling pretty confident.
2.
Hi, Helena. You're not looking too happy.
I'm not. Do you know what's happened? We were given an assignment by our course tutor at the beginning of the month, and I did lots of research for it in the library, made lots of notes and so on. Anyway, this girl, Valerie, who is on the same course as me, came round to my flat one day for coffee. And while she was there, my mother phoned. I was out of the room for about half an hour, and during that time, she must have copied all my notes. I was really embarrassed when I found out about what she'd done. It was during a tutorial, and when my tutor gave me my mark for the assignment, he said it looked very like an essay Valerie had handed in the week before. I can tell you I was furious, but there was nothing I could say.
3.
So, what are you doing here in Japan?
I'm learning Japanese at a language school. I go to classes for just 2 hours a day, which is good because I learn Japanese from Japanese teachers, and then I'm free to practice it during the rest of the day.
That sounds a good idea.
It is. You see, they also organise lots of other things for you to take part in after you've finished your language lesson. There are clubs you can join if you're interested, and they really are the best part. For example, I'm also doing a karate course taught in Japanese, which is great fun. I'm learning something completely different in the language I'm studying, and I'm getting to know lots of Japanese people.
Fantastic.
Yes, if you speak a bit of the language, it's much easier to make friends.
4.
I'm not sure whether I'll study abroad. I've been thinking of going to an Italian university and studying international business for a year. The trouble is partly that if I went, it might make it more difficult for me to get a good degree when I come home. On the other hand, I think the opportunity to live abroad for a year would make it a once-in-a-lifetime experience. If I lived in Italy, I'd learn about how Italians live and think. The trouble is I'd have to leave the friends I've got and probably live on my own, and I'm not sure if I'm ready for that.
5.
Now, just a few words, especially for new students. First, you're expected to attend all your tutorials once a week and do the assignments which your tutors give you. If for any reason you can't make it to a tutorial, try to let your tutor know. If your tutor has to cancel a tutorial or put it off, he or she'll try to tell you the week beforehand. Also, please remember that this course is largely practical and you have to do one piece of original research during the year. You're allowed to do it in groups, and if you work with other students, you'll probably find it easier. Your tutors will organise you into groups and suggest research unless you prefer working alone.